Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of It's Square to be Hip. Today we're going to be going on a journey across the internet, because we'll be touring the Fanfiction Universe. Buckle your seatbelts, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. So, what is fanfiction? Fanfictions are works written by fans about their favorite subjects in popular culture. Fanfiction started in the late 1960s when Star Trek fans started making fanzines like Spockanalia. It was in Spockanalia that the first few fan-written stories were published. Over the years, fanfiction has found a comfortable niche on the internet, where it has developed into something that those first few Trekkies wouldn't have been able to imagine. Yes, like everything else on the internet, fanfiction has become expansive and uncontrollable, and really, really weird.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Fanfiction sites are like the chat roulette of online fiction. They started with good intentions, but very quickly became a cesspool for sex-starved lunatics. So, maybe you're with your friends and it's late, or you've got extra time to kill and you decide to read some fanfiction. Maybe you've been drinking, I don't know. I'm not going to judge you. So you're reading Harry Potter fanfiction because you're interested in the thousands of ways that people can misspell Dumbledore. And you're reading this fanfiction and you're being fairly entertained, and all of a sudden...
I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. And then he put his thingy into my you-know-what. And we did it for the first time. Oh, I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm. And then... ... What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was... ... No,
I can't!
Dumbledore!
Fanfiction has developed into a huge internet phenomenon. There are thousands of fanfictions out there, and with these fanfictions comes a great deal of variety. According to the always credible Crack.com, general fanfiction is a fan story without any erotic focus. There are about 12 of these in existence. Oh, one of those was just deleted by its poster. There are 11. 11 general fanfictions. So that leaves several thousand fanfictions of a more mature nature. And this is where most of the genres and classifications start to erupt in the fanfiction world. Take notes, people. You'll want to know this.
This is Unexpected Circumstances by Savage7289 of fanfiction.net. Chapter 1. Sir Edward pulled me tight against his chest. I could feel the cold steel of his armored breastplate against my back. I shivered, though not at the cold. I had never been touched by a man in such a way, and I did not know what to do, or even where I should hold on.
Ooh.
His other hand grasped the reins, and the stallion leapt forward. He did not slow until he reached the stables. Sir Edward dismounted swiftly, then reached up to grasp me at my waist and lift me down from his steed. Look at me, handmaid. His melodic voice sang softly to me. What is your name? Isabella, my lord.
There's a lot of fanfiction lingo floating around, and what you'll need to know is that 99.9% of it stands for something sexual. If you see a word that's unfamiliar to you, or used in a confusing context, it probably stands for something awful. Let's cover the basics. There are 3 types of erotic fanfiction: slash, fem slash, and het. Slash covers sexual relationships between 2 male characters. Fem slash covers sex between 2 female characters. And het covers sex between 2 members of the opposite sex. Boring. The thing about erotic fanfiction, particularly the slash and fem-slash categories, is that they often pair up two characters who are not homosexual, who don't even know each other, or are mortal enemies, or one of them is dead and came back to life for the sole purpose of f***ing the other person, or there was time travel involved, once again for the sole purpose of f***ing the other person. And sometimes the two characters are actually related. Then there are Mary Sues, where the author will create an original character to throw into the story. You know, to have sex with one or many of the other characters. Authors will claim that these original Mary Sues are not based off of themselves, but no one believes them. Nothing's sacred in the fanfiction universe, and everything goes. Here's a list of the sorts of kinky stuff you can find in fanfiction. If you don't know what furry sex or mpreg are, consider yourself lucky. And I'm not even going to get into crossovers. Crossovers combine characters from one element of pop culture with another. So stories can include the A-Team joining forces with the Powerpuff Girls to stop the Joker, or Tony Soprano running to the Jersey Shore cast, or the Goonies saving John Benet Ramsey. I'm just spitballing here, but using actual people in fanfictions happens all the time. There's the infamous Goku and Anne Frank team up to fight Hitler story, or the bizarre love triangle between the Weasley twins and Lance Bass. So the fanfiction universe has become what Henry Jenkins would describe as convergence culture. Fans are actively participating with other people's material to create something both old and new. And this can create problems, not just when considering the amount of horribly written prose popping up all over the internet, but also in terms of legality. Under US copyright law, fanfiction is considered unauthorized derivative work of the copyrighted materials it incorporates, and is therefore an infringement. Copyright holders can sue fanfiction authors, but for the most part they don't. It would entail tracking down thousands of people, and really, would you want to interact with the person that created this?
Zombie ghost, I have killed your friends at the old house, and I don't want to shoot your heads. Move near the countryside, and you will be friends of John Freeman.
And the people creating the pop culture are now starting to embrace the fanfiction community. Lost and Alias creator J.J. Abrams has acknowledged the fact that writers of the show sometimes look to what the fans are thinking and creating online. And the nerd-tastic Supernatural creators know full well of the massive fanfiction phenomenon, pairing the two main characters, Sam and Dean Winchester.
There's Sam girls and Dean girls, and what's a slash fan?
As in Sam/Dean. Together.
Like, together?
Yeah.
They do know we're brothers, right?
Doesn't seem to matter.
Oh, come on, that's just sick.
Fanfiction has even become a full culture of its own, with some fanfictions becoming huge sensations in their own right. Like My Immortal, a Harry Potter fanfiction so horrific that it quickly became a phenomenon, with fans remediating it by creating art, staging dramatic readings, filming video adaptations, and developing conspiracy theories about its creation. And it's even got a drinking game. But I still haven't covered why fanfiction writers write fanfiction. Do they think they're adding to the original material? Are they rebelling against the constraints of the original material? Are they plagiarizing, or do they think they're creating something original? I imagine there are as many reasons for writing fanfictions as there are actual fanfictions. And there's no way I'll be able to cover all of them today, so it'll have to remain a mystery until next time. In the meantime, I implore you to explore the literary red light district of the fanfiction universe, but I advise you drink beforehand.
Every time I snap my fingers like this, take a drink. I recommend water in a big jug like this. I'm not responsible if you choose to drink alcohol, in which case you probably will die by one chapter. I have my can of extremely cheap, ungodly strong Mexican beer. Author's note. Fuck off. I told him. You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway, and I don't like fucked up preps like you. I snapped. If you don't know who she is, you're a prep. So fuck off. And I put on the fangs. Get it? You do too. Sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. Harry had... Oh, well. Hey, Raven, do you know where my sweater eyes... I'm all out.